Hello everyone, Nick here, and what I'm holding here is the TECNO Camon 19. Of course, a device that we all know has been available in the Kenyan market for a couple of weeks. We did a separate video on the Camon 19 Pro, which actually you should check out. It's actually live on our YouTube page. And for this video, we're going to be focusing on the TECNO Camon 19. At 23,500, which is actually the price TECNO is actually selling the device. How does this phone compare with the competition? I picked up two devices to compare with the Camon 19. So I have the Galaxy A23, as you can see here. Then I have the OPPO A57 from OPPO that I also picked here. Then of course the Camon 19, which is what we're going to be comparing with these two other devices. Again, at 23,500, how does it compare with the competition? So the Camon 19 is actually a camera-centric phone. As you all know, TECNO has always been pushing the Camon series as a camera-centric devices. And what TECNO has done is actually adding a 64 megapixels bright night camera here on the Camon 19 for better low light, of course, shooting. And this lens is actually, the world's first RG+W lens with the white pixel accepting any wavelength of light to increase the sensitivity and brightness of the sensor. The other two cameras available on this device actually are 2 megapixels macro. There's an extra 2 megapixels depth. Yep. So what is OPPO offering us? So the OPPO A57, on the other hand, is giving us a dual camera setup right here, and this setup actually features a 13 megapixels primary camera that's really on the lower side. Then there's also a 2 megapixels depth sensor. Then Galaxy A23 is offering us a quad camera setup, of course, with the highlight being the 50 megapixels primary camera with OIS, optical image stabilization, which I think the two other devices are actually missing. Then there's actually a 5 megapixels ultra wide camera and 2 macro and depth sensors. Yep. So that's it for the cameras. And just still on the cameras, let's talk about the selfie. So the front camera on the Camon 19 is actually a 16 megapixels front camera, and of course there's the 4-in-1 technology on this device that makes the photos more bright, especially in low light environments. Of course, it does a good job with sharp images, especially in good lighting. OPPO, on the other hand, is giving us, an 8 megapixels, selfie camera, same as what we are getting on the Galaxy A23. So yeah, so both the OPPO A57 and the Galaxy A23 come with 8 megapixels selfie camera, while TECNO is offering us 16 megapixels. So TECNO takes the crown here. So let's talk about the design, which is actually a very important thing that I really love. One thing we have to admit, actually, smartphone companies have really evolved compared to the design that we used to see, for smartphones back in the years. We've seen companies improve, like what TECNO is doing with the Camon 19, same as what OPPO is doing with the OPPO A57. So there's this boxy design on these two devices that I really like. It's actually one of my standard features on these two devices. And of course, for the TECNO, what TECNO is calling, a star diamond twin camera design. Very slim bezels here, as you can see. Nice shiny diamond back cover that looks really, pretty interesting. OPPO, on the other hand, again, the box feeling I talked about, earlier. Nice matte finish right here. Then Samsung, on the other hand, I have so much to say here because it's a very glossy finish, which actually has never been my favorite. I'm not a big fan of glossy finish because it's actually very fingerprint attractive. But the good thing is actually Samsung has actually added a case in the packaging, which you can actually make use of. But so this glossy, shiny finish, very fingerprint friendly. Same with actually the screen, the display is very fingerprint, attractive as well. So for the colors, TECNO is giving us two color options here. The Eco Black, which is what we are holding here. Then there's the Polar Blue, and of course there's the Mondrian that TECNO is saying is coming soon. We actually don't know when. Then OPPO, on the other hand, is giving us, you know, glowing black color option. There's the glowing green also color option that I actually really like. I've actually seen it actually in shops, you know, around Nairobi as well. So it looks really good. Then Samsung here is giving us black, blue, peach, and white color options. Yeah, so a lot of color options to actually choose from all these three devices. Let's look at the display, which I think is also another important thing that should be in your top, you know, things to consider when buying a smartphone. So the display, again, as I said, it's actually one of my favorite things, you know, in this segment. So TECNO is giving us a 6.7-inch Full HD display with a resolution of 60 Hz. Full HD with a 60 Hz actually refresh rate. No, it's actually a 6.78-inch Full HD display with a 60 Hz refresh rate. That's it for the Camon 19. The OPPO, on the other hand, is giving us, you know, a 6.56-inch display as well, while Samsung is giving us a 6.6 touchscreen. So the Samsung actually a little bit bigger here. The thing is, actually both of these devices actually come with a 60 Hz refresh rate, which of course is something I really need to complain about. You know, we've seen smartphones in this price segment come with 90 Hz. So I don't know why these three decided actually 60 will actually a good option. So I think that's the only thing I'm going to be complaining about in this segment. So I wish all of them went with a 90 Hz refresh rate. But again, the display on all the three devices are actually nice. You know, good colors, both for outdoor and indoor use. But again, so one thing I'll emphasize, I wish both of them actually came with a 90 Hz refresh rate. So let's talk about the software. So one thing that I'm going to give a plus is actually all of them come with Android 12. They ship with Android 12 out of the box. So that's a plus for all these devices. The three actually are few among the few devices in this price segment that actually ship with Android 12 out of the box. So I'm going to give the three companies a plus there. To be honest, iOS on TECNO Camon 19 is offering us really basic performance. Is something I complained about in a previous video I've done on the Camon 19 Pro. You know, we're still getting a lot of bloatware, a lot of ads, a lot of unnecessary notifications that I feel TECNO really need to work, you know, something to work, you know, to work around. Yeah, we've been complaining since I ever started using Camon TECNO devices. It's the same experience. So I wish TECNO really does something about this experience. Samsung, with, you know, with a One UI 4.1, it's clean, less bloatware. Same with what, of course, OPPO is offering us with ColorOS 12 on the OPPO A57. Clean UI, no bloatware, really good experience. You know, no ads, no those annoying, you know, necessary apps that you can't even install. So I'm gonna give OPPO and Samsung a plus here. And now that we're still talking about the performance, the MediaTek Helio G85 on the OPPO on the TECNO Camon 19 is actually a good option for a phone at this price segment. The performance here is stable, nothing really to complain, you know, about here. Same with the Samsung, you know, with its Snapdragon 680. So really basic performance, no lags, no what. OPPO is really struggling here. OPPO is really struggling here with the Helio G85. So I wish they would have done better. So TECNO and Samsung really take the crown when it comes to the performance. Now let's talk about the RAM, the memory. Yeah, so for the memory, TECNO is giving us 4 gigs of RAM and of course 128 gigs of internal storage. At the same time, TECNO is also giving us an option to extend this RAM by an extra 3 GB. Yeah, of course, it's tech that we've seen most companies adopt in recent years. Samsung, on the other hand, is offering us 8 gigs of RAM, 120 gigs of internal storage, and of course an extra 4 GB of virtual, or actually let me call it an extended RAM you actually make use of. OPPO, on the other hand, 8 gigs of RAM, 120 gigs of internal, and of course 4 gigs of extended RAM you actually make use of. So I wish really TECNO did better here, because 8 GB, 4 GB of RAM, where the competition is offering 8 gigs, you know, I wish they should have done better. So yeah, 8 gigs, but again, still you have so many things to say here, but both phones have also a dedicated, memory card slot that you can actually make use of. But again, I need to actually say that I wish Tecno really did give us 8 gigs of RAM on this particular device. For the battery, these 3 devices offer you 5000 milliamperes battery. Yeah, so that's actually a plus. I'm going to give them a plus for that, because at this point and age in 2022, I don't think I'm actually going to buy a phone that's giving me less storage. Yeah, but we've seen, of course, Samsung, Tecno, and of course OPPO really do a good job here with the 5000 milliamperes battery on these 3 devices. Tecno is giving us 18 watts, break in the box. OPPO 33 watts, so that's on the higher side. Then Samsung is giving us 25 watts charging brick in the box. Maybe Tecno would have done better here, but again, still fast charge. Of course, the battery is actually really good when it comes to performance, so you really don't need to complain about anything, because the battery is able to last you, actually give you a full day of use without worrying about, for example, worrying about running out of juice, yeah, or even having to carry your charger around every single day. Here's the thing. The Camon is actually a very interesting device. Same with the Galaxy A23, same with the OPPO A96. Yeah, basic performance, basically anything you'll actually need, anything you actually want on any phone in this particular price segment of between 22k and 23,000 Kenyan shillings. Also, the Camon 19 Pro actually has a lot of similarities with the Camon 19 Pro. Of course, as I said, we've done a separate video on that. The Camon 19 has a similar design with the Camon 19 Pro, so you can actually go check that video out. And of course, it's important to also mention that actually Tecno is giving us 24 months, +1 extended warranty on the Camon 19. So this one basically provides, free repair services during the period for failures caused by product quality. There's also 13 months basic warranty services, 90 days broken screen protection, and VIP services. I really don't know what the VIP services include. The Galaxy, there's no mention. Actually, it's actually 24 months of warranty. Then OPPO really doesn't make so much noise about their warranty, so I really don't know how it works. Pricing, well, Tecno is giving us the Camon 19 for 23,500. OPPO is giving us the A57 for 22,300, while Samsung is selling the A23 for A23 for how much was that? For 22,500. So again, it boils down to basically how deep your pockets are and how much you want to spend, because the phones, as I said, they're basically very good competitors, so it's up to you to choose the one you want. But Tecno has really tried here. Same with of course OPPO, Samsung. Of course, I wish OPPO did a better processor here, but basically that's it for all these 3 devices. So the choice actually boils down to you. If you're to pick any of these 3 devices, the Camon 19, the Galaxy A23, and the OPPO A57, which one are you going to pick? So the choice is basically up to you. So tell me in the comment section. That's it from me in this video, and thanks so much for watching. See you on the next one.